Hi everybody, it's Alicia again, back for story time and with a song and a book and a craft today. Today's song is going to be, it's called Ram Sam Sam, and it's a Moroccan children's song. Anyway, so another new song, so if you know it, you can sing along. This is there's a few different versions, so this is the one that I learned when I went to a library story time a long time ago with my girls. It goes like this, so you can follow along. Rum sum sum, rum sum sum, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, rum sum sum, rum sum sum, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, Rafi, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, Rafi, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum. Then we do it small. We do a quiet, small version of that. Ready? Take your fingers. Rum sum sum, rum sum sum, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, rum sum sum, rum sum sum, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, Rafi, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, Rafi, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum. And now we'll do it really big and loud. Okay, ready? Rum sum sum, rum sum sum, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, rum sum sum, rum sum sum, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, Rafi, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum, Rafi, gooly 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 gooly, rum sum sum. Okay, it got silly at the end. All right. Moving on to our book, I thought that we would read a book about building, designing. My girls have been building a lot of stuff, crafts and buildings, different things out of stuff they find in the recycling bin for the last few weeks. So I was going to show you some of the things they made and give you some tips on how you can do the same thing. So today's book is related, and it's Iggy Peck Architect. There it is. Okay. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. "Good gracious, Ignatius," his mother exclaimed. "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." But her smile faded as fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. "Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks." But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build the great Sphinx. He's looking at his cat to try to make it like it. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples, and temples from modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. The dogs are barking. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade, when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings, ancient or new." She said in her lecture about architecture, 'that it had no place in grade 2. Uh-oh. 'Cause it had no place in grade 2. 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 That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from the group. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. No. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that, above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. "You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal Howe?" Uh-oh, he's getting in trouble. "No, ma'am," Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now, 2nd grade was a bore. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. He doesn't look too happy about it. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream, but they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed, and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. "We're trapped here! Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye!" Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. Oh, look at that. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces, and on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, I think there's somebody's undies up there, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Now every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in 2nd grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie, that brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. All right. Okay, for the craft today, it's not so much a specific craft, but more kind of, I'll show you some examples and then and I'll try a little bit myself and see if I can inspire you guys to create your own structures or anything using your imagination and using your recycling or, old things from your own house. So let me show you some examples of what my daughters have made since they've been at home from school. They open the cupboard where we keep recycling and they look through it and they find stuff that they go, ooh, this one would make a good car, this would make a good house, or lots of different things like that. So this is what my 10-year-old daughter made out of some recycling. It's a playground So this is it's like a play structure. So here's a swing using clothespins, some whole toilet paper roll, I think, and then some cardboard, some, what are these? Paper clips that she bent, and she used the hot glue gun and the stick. So there's her swing. Whoop. And then she built this slide out of styrofoam and a little plastic kind of fruit cup thing, toilet paper, and a rolled up cardboard box. Right, so this is a set, a play set, that is an idea you can use maybe to make something kind of like this. It's pretty cool, huh? And then my other daughter, my 6-year-old daughter, made, I don't know if I can show you, I might have to face it differently, but she made this. She took a box, and inside, this was kind of done in steps, but she made a house, or a few houses. I wonder if I can show this better. Let's see. She made a few different houses in a kind of a little neighborhood. I think this one, let's see. This one's supposed to be our house, that colorful one, my house. And then she did other little houses from our neighborhood. She used a plastic container, and then she just made them out of cardboard and things. So that was pretty cool. I thought as an example, I would say, okay, look, I looked through my recycling. I found some tea, a box of empty tea. There's no more tea in it. And then here's a little outside of a bar wrapper. And what if we just, what could we do with this? We could make it into a car. You can make it, put some bottle cap wheels on there, maybe? What else could it be, Lillian? I don't know.
It could be like you could have a...
What do you think?
Maybe it could be like a person, so it's like you could put a head right here, arms, legs.
Okay, it could be a person. You could put another box on top or something as a head, things out as arms and legs. You could make a person. It's a good idea. What if we did this and made it a chimney and made a little house? And we could do it. And then you could, sometimes my girls will cover the box with paper, or like this, my daughter painted it. So to make it prettier so it doesn't just look like tea, but you could also leave it. So sometimes you need a grown-up's help with the scissors, with cardboard, but some of you can do this. But so maybe I just go like this, and I just cut out a little rectangle. I could even leave it like this, and it can open. Well, a door. And then what if I cut, if I can do it. Sometimes the hard part is poking the hole in there. What if I just cut another little square over top of the door. Boop. Made a little window. And I can make a big chimney, or I could cut it smaller. We want it smaller, maybe? Like this. We'll cut it in half. There we go. A smaller chimney. And then I can use some tape. Whatever tape you have. You can use glue even if that works. We have a lot of masking tape, so we can use that. And then if you want to paint, you can paint over the tape so you can't see it as much. So just stick some tape onto this.
Did you cut it?
Stick that there. Stick another piece of tape. Now I can make a little house with a chimney. How about that? And you can paint it, you can color it, you could put stuff inside. It kind of has a cool design in there anyway. You can put more windows, put a back door. You can connect it with other boxes to make a bigger house or a village. The possibilities are endless. So I hope you try that. Go through, with your parents' permission, go through your recycling, or, whenever you use a container after an empty cereal box, or some extra boxes, or some packing materials, or egg cartons, or any of that stuff, go through it and see what you can design for yourself. Okay? All right. Have a good week, and I'll see you guys next time.